We back, y'all. NFL is back. Y'all see that dance? We back. Welcome to Coffee Break Sports. I am your sports barista, Rod the Magnificent, and I'm here for our very first episode. I decided to split Coffee Break Sports from its brother sister network, Coffee and Beats. And if this is your first time here, I do have another podcast called Coffee and Beats where I do album reviews and also DJ sets. So if you want to check me out, go hit those links down at the bottom. You'll find them in the description box and you'll be able to connect there. I'm going to get right into it. On this channel, I'm going to be covering a lot of NFL, a lot of NBA, and other sports topics that might come to my attention, and I will present them to you guys. And I'm doing it coffee break style. Hey, we're inside the break room. I got my coffee and let's have this conversation. And we're going to start things off with the NFC divisions. I'm going to predict who's going to win each division, starting with the NFC East, West, then I'm going to go south, then I'm going to go north. And for those who might not know, who didn't follow me on the other channel, I am a Bears fan. I'm a Chi-Town guy. So yes, I'm going to have a little bias, but I'm also a realist when it comes to the Bears as well. I'm a homer, but I'm not that much of a homer, as you're going to see. Starting with the NFC East, we have the Eagles, we have the Cowboys, we have the Commanders and the Giants. And I have, this one's easy. I have the Philadelphia Eagles winning this division. I just think even though they lost a few pieces here and there, I still think they are the best team in the NFC conference, period. They're the most complete team defensively and offensively. They just have too much firepower. And Washington did reload. They did get Deebo Samuels on board, but I don't know if that's enough. I'm glad they signed Terry McLaurin. They made him happy, so they don't have to worry about that. And Terry was able to get some practices in with the team before the season starts, so that's always a good thing. But I got the Commanders finishing second. I got the New York Giants finishing third here. I think the Giants defense alone is going to win them some games. And Russell Wilson, even though he's not the long-term solution for the New York Giants, he still don't slouch. Like, he's going to go out there and play hard, and he's going to make plays to the best of his abilities. It's not like it's a Daniel Jones or somebody. I think that Russell Wilson at the quarterback position is an upgrade than what they've had since Eli Manning. So with that being said, I got them finishing third, and the Cowboys just got too much drama this year. I think they're going to be a good offensive team, but they're going to be the NFC version of the Cincinnati Bengals at this point. They're going to score a lot of points, but they're not going to be able to stop anybody until they rebuild that defense. And that's all I have for the NFC East. I got the Eagles winning that division. Up next, we got the NFC West. We got the Cardinals, we got the 49ers, the Rams, and the Seahawks. I got the Rams winning this division with caution. That's only if Matthew Stafford's healthy. If Matthew Stafford is not healthy, and he's got this back injury, which can be very critical for a quarterback at his age, it could be a problem. He takes a couple of sacks in one game and that offensive line's not playing well. It could spell a lot of trouble for the Rams. However, they do have a formidable backup in Jimmy Garoppolo. So even if Matthew Stafford can't play, Jimmy Garoppolo has taken the 49ers to an NFC Championship game. He's took them to the Super Bowl. So Garoppolo can play. He's a very good replacement. So I wouldn't be so worried if Matthew Stafford can't play the whole season. They have a very reliable backup, and they have enough weapons on offense. They have a very good up-and-coming defense that I think is efficient enough to win this division. San Francisco 49ers still got too many question marks at wide receiver. They're kind of weak there. I'm rooting for a good season from Christian McCaffrey since I picked him up in fantasy. And then you got the Cardinals, who I think is going to be one of those trap teams this year. They're going to be in the mix. They're going to be competitive. There are a lot of concerns about, the future of this squad and should they start over? Well, we'll see. I think this is the year to find out. And then you have the Seahawks, which is also obviously they're starting over. Darnold might be good. for them. He might provide a spark, but he left a lot to be desired during the conclusion of the Minnesota Vikings season that he had a year back. So I'm not confident in the Seahawks. I got the Rams winning this division. Up next, we have the NFC South, which in my opinion is the weakest division in the NFC conference. You have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the Carolina Panthers, the Falcons, and the Saints, and I got the Bucs winning this very easily. I don't see any type of competition. Atlanta's got too many question marks. Michael Penix is nice. I need to see a whole year from him, and we're going to see that this year. I just don't see the Falcons here being too competitive. I think they're good enough to beat the Saints and the Panthers twice this year, but I just don't think they're good enough to beat the Buccaneers. The Buccaneers are loaded on defense. Offensively, they have a lot of promise there. They have even though they lost their offensive coordinator this year, I still believe in this squad. I think Baker Mayfield has been revived here, and he's become one of the top quarterbacks in the NFL. And I think the Tampa Bay Buccaneers could be a threat to coming out of the NFC. You heard it here first. They could be a threat. I didn't say they will come out, but I think they'll be a threat. And I think they'll win this division easily. Last but not least, we got the Chicago Bears in the North. My Chicago Bears in the NFC North, along with the Vikings, the Packers, and the Lions. And I have the Lions winning this division by a hair. Although Green Bay made a acquisition in making a trade for Micah Parsons, I still don't think it makes their defense this unstoppable force, this immovable object. I think that it does make them better than last season. I agree with that. But I still think the Lions just have too many weapons on offense. They were missing a lot of pieces on defense last year, and they're getting those pieces back. And now, yes, they lost an offensive coordinator. They lost a defensive coordinator. But it doesn't mean that they're going to take a step backwards and not win this division. Yeah, they might not win 15 games. I don't think they will, because most of these teams in this division are playing against the AFC North, which I'm going to get into later. But the Lions still, talent-wise, are the best team in this division. And I just don't see, I think Green Bay still has a lot of question marks at wide receiver. We don't know what they're going to get there. Jordan Love, we still don't know if he's the man yet. You never want to kick the Packers to the curb, but Love hasn't been proven yet. And I know there's a lot of people saying, oh, he's 27 this year. See, Brett Favre won his first championship at 27. Aaron Rodgers won his first championship at the age of 27. It's going to happen with Jordan Love. Bart Starr won at the age of 27. It's going to happen here. I don't know. I don't even know if Love is the guy. At least at those points when they won those championships, we knew that, Aaron Rodgers was the guy. Brett Favre was the guy. And sure, back then they knew Bart Starr was the guy. But do we know that Love is the guy? I don't think that question has been faithfully answered yet. So that's why I don't believe in this Green Bay team to win a championship this year. But I do think they can possibly win this division, but I think they won't because the Lions are more talented. I got the Bears finishing third in this division, and also the Vikings finishing fourth. But I think they're going to be neck and neck too. Maybe 9-8, 10-7 teams there. They can flip-flop, but the Bears have a lot of question marks too. Will Ben Johnson be able to get the most out of Caleb Williams? Will the Bears defense rebound from an off year last year? Will the Vikings get the most out of their rookie quarterback in J.J. McCarthy? So many questions, but we'll see what happens. Now we're going to go to the AFC conference. There's going to be a lot of good football being played in the AFC, so let's get right into it. Starting off with the AFC East, we have the Buffalo Bills, the Dolphins, the Patriots, and we have the Jets. And listen, I think this is a very easy answer here. The Bills are a Super Bowl bound team. I think they dominate this division. Miami has too many issues in the locker room to even maybe go 9-8 or 8-9. I think the Patriots are a team to watch out for with Mike Vrabel as their new coach, Drake May in his second season. Yes, this is a second coach for him too, but I think I think Vrabel will get the best out of Drake May. I think he's going to get the best out of this team, and if he coached this team like he did in Tennessee, I think the Patriots are going to be one of those teams that's going to turn into one of those trap teams where it's like, man, they're on the schedule. Are we going to be in for one? But I think the Patriots finish second in this division. Miami will finish third. And yes, the Jets, they have a new coach in Aaron Glenn, but I think defensively they'll be better. Offensively, I just don't think they're talented enough to keep up with a lot of teams in the AFC. Justin Fields, still some question marks there at quarterback. So I expect them to be better than last year, but I just don't expect them to be much of a better team. Okay, so there you have it. I got the Bills winning that division. Up next, we got the AFC West. We got the Kansas City Chiefs, the Chargers, the Raiders, and the Broncos. This is low-key a very loaded division. You got the Kansas City Chiefs, who's going to be on a mission to win a championship and redeem themselves from last year's embarrassing Super Bowl performance. And I think they do bounce back. I am done doubting the Chiefs. I have them winning this division until somebody knocks them off. But I think that the Broncos are going to be the surprise second seed here. I like the Broncos a lot. I just think the Broncos are loaded on defense. I think Bo Nix is the perfect marriage for Sean Payton, and I just think that Raiders, they're an up-and-coming team as well. A lot of good talent. Pete Carroll's their coach. Geno Smith is their quarterback. They have Brock Bowers as a very good tight end. I just think that the Raiders can be a threat to finishing second in this division. I think the Chargers are a big threat. All three of those teams are threats to finish second. But I got the Chargers finishing third. I got the Raiders finishing fourth. But the Raiders could finish in last place as a 9-8 team. I see 3 playoff teams coming out of this division really easily. And so this is going to be a tough division, but I got Kansas City winning it. Up next, this one's easy. I'm not going to waste too much time with this one, but I'm going to surprise you with my division winner. I think the Jaguars are going to win this division, ladies and gentlemen. I just think that, Trevor Lawrence is going to come out. He had an off year last year. I think he's going to play much better this season with a better offensive system. They have Tampa Bay's old offensive coordinator, Duval, that whole interview that kind of went viral. I think they're going to make some noise. I think they're going to win this division. The Texans have too many question marks. They lost Mixon for the first four games, so it's already going to be pressure on CJ Stroud to prove that last year wasn't a sophomore slump. You got the Colts, who's got Daniel Jones as the quarterback. Enough said there. They're not doing anything. And the Tennessee Titans are rebuilding. There you have it. I got the Jaguars winning that division. And last but not least, I have the AFC North. You got those boys in Pittsburgh with the black and yellow. You got the Bengals, you got the Browns, and you got the Ravens. I have the Ravens winning this division. I think they're the most talented team in the AFC right now. They have all the weapons. They have all the weapons on offense and defense. The Bengals have all the weapons on offense, but they have no weapons on defense except one defensive end in Hendrickson, and I'm glad they were able to get him signed up. As a matter of fact, the Bengals are going into this season drama-free, which is something that they had to go through the last 2 seasons with contracts. And so now they got all their contracts out the way. Now they can focus on the season. And the Pittsburgh Steelers, yeah, they have Aaron Rodgers, but that's not going to do anything. I just still think they're one of those middle-of-the-pack teams. They didn't do enough to convince me to win this division. I think they'll be competitive. The Steelers are always going to be a tough out. I just don't see the Steelers doing anything. And then the Browns are the Browns. So there you have it. Those are my picks who I think are going to win the division, and I'm sticking to it. And we're going to stop right there. Those are my division winners for this season of NFL action. Check out part 2 of this episode in the link above or somewhere around here, or the link below, to get my week 1 NFL picks and my final thoughts on how I think the NFL season is going to turn out. But until then, I am your sports barista, Rod the Magnificent. When it comes to coffee, when it comes to sports, stay grounded for life. I'll see you guys on the next episode. Peace.